Damn, I freaking hate mowing lawn. Just if there's a way that the damn thing would steer itself. That way I could just sit there and scroll through TikTok all day. Like, come on. This is...
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Whoa, what the hell is this thing? Damn. This should be easy now.
"12 seconds later."
Well, in all seriousness here, we put the FJ Dynamics auto steer that I had on the 4440 from mowing hay on the lawnmower, just to say I could. Now, this is not a practical use at all. Like, if you think about it, at least for us, what do you usually mow around? Buildings and trees. What doesn't have the best GPS signal around them? Buildings and trees. So that's why I don't think this is too practical. Now, I am just running the WAS signal, but RTK would probably be better. I could get the RTK on this very well, and it would probably be more accurate. Well, I know it should be, but still, you're around buildings and trees, under buildings, or under trees, near buildings. But, like right now, we're in a building, which doesn't count, and we're just like moving around here. But, so I might as well show you what's going on here. So I took everything off the 4440, which is a tractor, and it was mounted on the roof with those two mounts. So I just got a 2x4 because this is a budget operation here. I have $0 invested into this system right here. Between everything combined, like, I did not spend a dime. So there you go. So I pulled the steering wheel off of this thing. Originally it was held in with a roll pin, but this comes with an assortment of sleeves to drive the shaft and it's splined. Well, this wasn't splined. So what I did was I took the steering wheel off and I got a die and I tapped it or died it out. There's the socket. And then the thickness of the shaft was so far around that the size nut that you needed to thread onto it was so big that the socket would not fit down the hole. So what I did is I took my nut over to the bench grinder and I ground all the sides off so I could get one size smaller socket. So that's what we did. And it's still a tight fit with that size of socket, but I did get it down in there. As you can see, my socket is stuck to the nut, so I can't get the socket out unless I spin the nut off. So, but here's the best part. Budget operation, I tell you what. If I turn left too much, it actually loosens the nut. So you gotta make sure you keep turning right. Get her nice and tight and it'll stay. So when I was originally testing this, I was going along and then my steering wheel didn't do nothing for my tires. But yeah, poor design right there. If I wanted to make this thing look clean, I would, but this is just temporary here. Like, I'm gonna stick this in that tractor actually next for fall tillage, and this is not a permanent deal. But if I was to make it permanent, I would mount these on something like a roll bar back here, and I'd probably leave the screen here, or like have a big mount come off to the side and mount it about right here, something like that, because it's a pain to get the hood off here when you got all this stuff hanging on it. And this thing's cold, it starts really hard, or maybe you get a little splash of ether. I may have done that at timer 5, but yeah. So we'll put this back on here. So we got the switch screwed on there, the steering wheel on, we got one of the control boxes just screwed right to the platform. Now I didn't want to mess with any of these wires being zip tied on here because it's just works really good for the tractor, and I did not want to do that again. We just kind of got them dangling here. I probably could have flipped it up there, but budget operation here. Yeah, I thought about taking these antennas off and just mounting them closer, but I'm like, you know what, this will work. So like I said, I lagged them into the 2x4, and then if you look here, I got a curved hood. So this is the only spot that I could screw it, really. So I just put some screws in the hood. Just like this whole operation. It's kind of redneck here, but you know, we're gonna roll with it. But yeah, so the mower is a mower I got for free. It did not run very well. It's a Simplicity Hybrid 14, 42-inch deck. And the tires are flat, but I aired them up. They've been holding air for the last week. But it even has the roller on the back so we can get them stripes going. But we got the wheel angle mounted right on the freaking tie rod. I mean, there's only like 2 threads holding that nut on, but we won't talk about that. And just hooked it direct to the battery. The anti-turn device here on the steering wheel, I forgot to mention. It comes with a variety of anti-turn kind of hardware. Well, this is the only one that I could make work. I kind of had to like cut a little slit in the dash here so I could make it work. But it does. But let's take it for a rip. I'll show you what I mean. It doesn't like hills either. This mower's not good on hills. It'll drive the uphill tire. It won't drive the downhill tire. Does that make any sense? Needs a solid rear end. I think that's what I should do next.